So today we're working on the New Holland 855 chain baler. I know this is an old baler, but it hasn't been used a whole lot, and it's still in pretty good shape. But it has developed a problem. Had a broken link. So what we're going to do is grind off the heads of the broken link here. I've got a new master link for it, but in order to install that, we're going to have to remove the bar between the two chains here on the apron chain, and then we can run it for a while until I can get some more of these hardened pins that have to be put into the end here. This little piece here is what the bar bolts onto, but these have to have a hardened pin that slides through the chain, and then you put a link on the outside like this. First things first, you want to reduce the pressure, maybe even completely, but I just reduced it down to about 30 psi to relieve the tension on the chains. Of course, you want to put some straps to pull the chain together before you try to remove any of the links of the chain. I also put another chain on it just in case the straps fail for whatever reason. It just keeps it from flying all apart and becoming a bigger problem. You may have noticed that the bracket bolt is in there upside down from all the others, but I just took it out and then put it back in, realizing I needed something to hold it in place while I worked on it. So now that we have the end of the hardened pin ground off flush with the remaining part of the chain link, we're going to take a punch that's smaller than the shaft of the hardened pin and drive that pin out backwards. You may notice on this side I have an end wrench put in here to provide spacing between the bar and the bracket, and that spacing then will let the pin be driven backwards. You can see now after several strikes the pin is starting to drive out, and it has popped loose. So now I've removed the bolt from the bracket on both ends of the bar, and I've moved the bar to where it's resting until I can get in the middle and remove the bar easily by myself. And of course, make sure that your locks are engaged on the baler before you crawl underneath the door while it's open. Now with the bar removed, you can see the bracket has pins to both sides. We're going to remove the bracket and replace it completely with this 100 link that should fit right in where that was. Now I've removed the bracket and I've got the new master link. Just going to slide that in there and put the outer piece for the link before I install my two cotter retaining pins. Now we've got the master link on and the two retaining pins in place. I'm just working on spreading them out here, and then we'll be good to go. Give it a try without one bar running. And here's the bracket that came off. Embarrassingly, it looks like it's been running this way for quite some time, almost to the point of failure, and I'm glad I did an inspection and checked it thoroughly. Now I've got to get some new pins, maybe a new bracket, because this one may be worn out just a little bit too much for my comfort. Okay, so I've removed all of my chains and straps. I've unlatched the lockout arms, and I've aired it up to 60 pounds in the tanks just so I can shut the door and give it a try. Then I'll need to air it up a little bit more after the door is shut. So let's give it a try. All right, let's start her up. Seems to be going around just fine. And we'll shut the door. Need to put some more air in the bags, and we'll give it a try in the hayfield.